Hey there. So, dropping a car on leaf springs is one of the most simple ways to get a low car. Go low or go home, I think. Especially on this one. This is a Volvo 340 with a 360 swap. So, the entire driveline, rear end, diff, gearbox, drive shaft or main drive shaft, front end, clutch housing, and I believe we also did no, we did not. We made custom shocks and coilovers for front, custom built. As well, we did these. You will not be able to find these. We custom built these out of a Volkswagen Golf 3 suspension kit. So complete coilover kit, and we just cut them off on the bottom and welded on a stud instead. Stuck them up, welded them in. It was easy peasy. On front, I'll try to make a video on that at some point. But dropping this is easy as can be. As long as the axle, or the rear end, because I have loose axles on this one, but as long as the axle starts on top of the leaf spring, you're good to go. So, measure the height from the top fender to the top of the tire. Find out how much you want to drop it. We went all the way with a 12 centimeter drop. These two pieces of pipe, I cut them out, welded them together just in the ends, and welded a stud on top. Put them in, made some longer bolts with a piece of this. Welded a knot on top, dropped them through, put a lock nut on the bottom, right here, and that was it. Measure twice, cut once, because I made these a bit short. You see, they barely gets to the lock nut part of the lock nut. So I welded them here and here, and you can see the stud I put on the top right here. So I'm currently welding a plate on it, but I wanted to get the plate in the end. I wanted to shoot the video before I welded this in, because otherwise I would forget, and it would be easy to show you because this one has not been put up yet and the other one hasn't been pulled down yet. But because the car is, because the axle's on top of the leaf spring, it's only pulling that way. All the force are getting put on the tire out here, which is pulling all of this up. The only thing pulling down is the shock. And the setup we did, we can adjust the shocks, but basic shocks will do. You can drop this as much as you like without changing this, but we put a thicker shock on the back, so we had to do a slight, I'm gonna go on the other side. We did a slight cutout. Remember to weld in as much as you cut out to keep the strength of your rear end. Sorry about the potato quality. I'm on a phone. Phones are not good at focus. Oh well, I can't get it to focus, but that's basically it. All you gotta do is lengthen these, make new ones. These are 8.8 hardened. You can get them at basically any hardware store in 3 foot pieces. Cut them to length. I used an angle grinder, and I used a saw for the pipe. Welded a stud on the end. As you see, I already showed you the stud, but make sure it's centered, because that stud, unless your car doesn't need one, ours has a point in the middle to stud it so it doesn't move too much around. Maybe your car doesn't need it. Ours did. So that's about it. Easy peasy. No and go. It's possible. Any car with leaf springs, you can drop it like this. So like, comment, subscribe, I guess. Who cares? No and go.